Right guys, back with another video, much anticipated video. This, which I think is quite a beautiful key for the Mark 6. It's actually a Mark 8 replica key with the blade. Obviously the Mark 8 is keyless, so this has been adapted to fit the blade. So in here I brought two. I've done one already to see if it works. So obviously I've put, those of you that have followed me for a long time know that I've put in quite a lot of effort to finding keys to swap from this, just your standard key, LED up in this top corner. This is the same kind of style key they used on the Mark IV, the Mark V and the Mark 6. Obviously Scirocco's, Yetis, any Volkswagen, this key, LED top corner. And how much time and effort have I put in? Oh, sorry. Well, a few years ago I did this one, which is the Audi style key. It's a bit wobbly, it's come a bit loose, it's a bit worn out. Then I also did this one, Porsche Cayenne key. Obviously this one I've taken apart because that's the one I've used already, but I used that for a good 3 months. Just one moment. Right, I'm just going to spin you around, and this is remnants of other keys that I've tried to do to convert that were all fails. So let's get this one unpacked and have a look what it's about. Right, I'm just going to pop you up here. Is that going to hold? Right, so in the bag you get your key case, 2 little tiny screws. You don't get a Volkswagen badge. They don't come with them. That's taken off of another key. Right, I'm trying to do as much as this where you can see it. So obviously at the moment, that's a blank key. So one thing we have to do is take this blade out and transfer it across to the other key. I don't like this camera angle. I don't like it. Let's just talk about this key a moment. So this key is off AliExpress, a company called KeyU. I will put a link in the description. It's very reasonably priced. I'm also putting a link in the description because I've brought 20 of these that I'm selling on eBay. Yes, I'm selling them for a lot more money than they go for on AliExpress, but there is a but. Number one, I've already ordered the 20. So if you're watching this video today and you order yours, my keys will be 5 days ahead of yours, so you'll get them quicker from me. Also, the 20 people that purchase from me on eBay at £20 are going to be put into a draw. And one of you 20 people, this includes you, Greg, I know you've already brought your key case off me, and it will be with you as soon as I receive them on my doorstep. 20 of you, one of you is going to receive this in with your key case, because I want to say thank you for your support for the guys that have stuck around for a long time. Obviously I've tried to help a lot of you out. I always reply to questions, and I'd just like to show my appreciation to the people that have actually stood by me and appreciate the work that I do. So it's a Samsung Galaxy Watch. It's the LTE version. My eBay, this is only for UK residents. The 20 keys go to UK residents. They won't be going anywhere else. There's also 4 straps in the box. So to win this, you need to be a UK resident and buy from my link to eBay £20. It's nothing really. I'd happily pay £20 for this key case. AliExpress, yeah, they're a lot cheaper. But that's just my way of showing appreciation for the guys that have stuck around. So you need to be subscribed and buy through eBay. Right, let's crack on with this. So we need to get it apart first. Comes apart quite easily. I'm gonna have to put you back up here on this horrible angle that I don't like. And just see if I can adjust that a little bit. Not really. Right, so to get this apart, it literally pops apart. You've got your key blade. If I move the table a bit closer. You've got your key blade, the spring, this bit, and then you've got this backing. This backing has another cover which comes off of it, which just pops off. So this plate comes off. There's two screw holes, one there, one at this end. That's what the two little screws are for. Put that to one side. Now we're on to the key, your original key to take apart. We need to take this blade out. There is an option when you buy an AliExpress that you can get this key blade pre-cut. I didn't really fancy giving my address and the details of my key to a company in China to have it cut, but you can get it cut. Costs a little bit more and the time delivery will take a little bit more. Another option you've got is take this blank blade to a shop that have got a CNC machine for cutting keys. I don't have one local to me, and where's the fun in that anyway? So this key you need to get apart. To get this key apart, you'll need some pliers, some long nose pliers, because in here, see that little dot is a pin holding the whole key together. This one I have taken apart before in the past, but to get it apart, you want to get something in there and push open, which is quite tight. Right, so that then comes apart. I'll just show you in a moment what it is that you actually have to, just break a seal. Let's just get a screwdriver. Just open this up a bit more. Just go around this side as well. It's all clamped together. Now when you take it apart, there is a spring inside, so you need to go careful. Obviously you're not damaging the key, you can still put it back together if you want to. There we go, it's out. So there's a little clip there which holds the key together, and then this this circuit board is a direct swap into here. There's no messing around, no cutting, no grinding, no nothing. So that you just lift out and place in here. So if you've got your key already cut, that's it, that's all you do. Put it back together. You've got your two screws, put it together. But I don't have that facility, so next thing I've got to do is just here, there's a little pin that's holding this blade in place, so we need to pop that out. I'm just going to pause you a moment. So to get this little pin out, I'm using a tiny little drill bit. Obviously I've got a ridge on this table, you need to raise it up a little bit. You pop that in the hole, can't find my hammer, don't know where I put it, and you just knock the pin out. Just that. Now my drill bit's stuck. Right, so that's the little pin out. You want to don't lose that, and then get your drill bit back out. Alright, that's the drill bit back out. So that is the key blade out. You want to keep this bit because you need to put that back in the key. You then need to do the same on your other key. So I'll just pause you again while I get this one out. Right, so that there is now sticking out a little bit. So we can pull that pin out. That one can go to one side. We don't need that pin. And then there's your blade out. Now you'll see that the tops of these, obviously that's the blank one, that's the one you've just taken out, are different. So we are going to have to adapt this one to look like the top of that one, because this won't fit into there. So we need to file this down and drill a hole in it. The reason you've got to drill a hole in it is because this blade sits the opposite way. It sits that way in the key case, whereas the old one sat that way. So that pin we've just taken out went through this groove, whereas on this one the pin went through the hole, which is why you need the hole in this one. So I've got a Dremel that I will be using to do this. You could probably do it by hand with a hand file, but I'm going to be using a Dremel. So I need to shape this one like this one. So I'll get back to you in just a few moments when that's sorted. Right, so that's ground down to about the same shape. You are going to have to keep fiddling around and checking, but the other issue you're going to have now is that is slightly fatter that way, so you need to grind some off of this face as well to make it thinner, because that still won't fit in there. So I'll just grind this bit down and get back to you. Right, so that blade is now in there. You have to work it a little bit, keep trying and fitting. Now that is solid in there, so it's entirely up to you now. That's not moving. If you want to re-drill your hole through this key blade, if you do 1.5 drill bit, so that we can put this little securing pin back in place. But I am going to drill it just because I'm doing the video, but you don't have to. If you can get that a tight fit, I did have to hammer this slightly to get it in, but it will fit. So I'm just going to drill a little hole through here for extra security to get that split pin back in place. Right, so I've just drilled the 1mm hole back through there to put this pin back in place. So pop that in there. Just push that through a little bit further. Where's that little tiny? Just give that a little tap. Just to line it up. There we go. That's now back in place. Not that key blade's going anywhere. Right, let's get this key back together. So, which one was the new one? Which is the old one? That's my old one, don't need that. So, this sits in here, only sits in around one way. That's not the right one, that's too big, it's that one. That doesn't sit in there, I'm lying. You put your key blade back in there, then this sits in there, only fits in round one way. Spring, confused now as to which spring it is. It's not that one, that one's too big, it's that spring. On the bottom of there is a little, see where it's tapered in? That fits in that way, only goes in up one way. Then your back, again, it's got a line that fits into the spring. This, I always get confused with these. Is it clockwise or is it anti-clockwise? It's anti-clockwise. So you line that up and then turn it anti-clockwise once, and twice, and then if it doesn't pop back together easily, it's because your circuit board inside isn't sitting correct, and mine hasn't popped back in correctly. Just a second. Right, so we've got the circuit board in there, we've got the key blade in there, all working nicely. You've got your 2 screws, they go in the 2 holes on the back, so that's one in there. I'll just pause this while I'm screwing these screws in, but yeah, one there, one at this end. Once you've got that screwed back together, you can take your battery out of your old key, or you can get a replacement battery. So the back just comes off of that, which I can't get off now because I've taken the whole key apart. Take your battery out before you take the key apart. Just 1 second. That's the battery out, and then the battery just slots in, or at least it should. There you go, that way first. Knew I was going to struggle with some part of it. Battery just pops in, and then your back, you just lay in place and push down. So when it comes to time to change your battery, you just drop that back off. And then the final part is your Volkswagen little sticker to stick on the back of the key. I need to get some glue for that one because the sticky tape's falling apart. And that is that. Where's my... So I now have 2, my main key and my spare key. Just press, yeah, working, and there you go. That is the keys swapped over. Sorry it's a long video, but that's how you do it, and it was the easiest way for me to show it all. So yeah, I'm going to put 2 links in the description. In fact, I'll put 3 links in the description. One for my eBay listing for the 20 keys that I'm getting delivered in the next few days. One of you lucky people will win this. I will do the AliExpress link to these key cases, and I'll do the ones for this if any of you want that key instead. I have done a video on this, go back through my back catalogue and it's there. Right guys, please like, subscribe and share, and I might see you in another video, I'm not sure. See you later.